Aaron Jones, heartbreaker. Didn't see it coming. Soul, he's everything to this team. Everybody knows I'm obsessed with him. I wish him all the best. I want him to get a ring. Well, he's leaving the Green Bay, which we found out yesterday, but he's staying in the division. A one-year deal inking with the Vikings. Huh? All of it was surprising. I don't know which part of it's more surprising. He's going to Minnesota. I kind of called it yesterday, at least one of the destinations he could go to. I thought either there or the Cowboys. I am glad he's not going to the Cowboys because even though I think the reunion, obviously it's his hometown, reunion with McCarthy would have been cute. I gave McCarthy a lot of grief for not using him correctly in Green Bay, so I don't know if I'd want more of the same with him down in Dallas. So, I mean, he told us back before the wild card game against those Cowboys that he wanted to be a Packer for life. He's on a 5-year deal. He expects to be there. Literally everyone I talk to, whether it's Romeo Doubs or Jordan Love or whoever, they're like, this is our team. How does our team can't be our team without him? But now I guess we do get two shots of a little dose of revenge between him and the Packers, as I guess talk somehow broke down over the weekend. It's been crazy. And it's, you know, I will say this. It's been the good of this. There's like a resurgence, a little bounce back as far as the market for free agent running backs. Listen, Josh Jacobs, early in the process, he goes to Green Bay. Saquon to the Eagles, and there are some big names still in the market, as you can see. Where's the King going? Can he change the luck of a squad? Can he push them over the edge somewhere out there? Bengals, they get rid of Joe Mixon last night as well, so there's some teams very much in the market. You got the Texans, Nick Caserio, what are you up to? The Chargers, hey, Austin Eckler, you know, like what's going on? What does Harbaugh want? The Ravens, the Cowboys, all looking and playing musical chairs. Did we just make it darker in the studio? What just happened? Anyone? Do you guys feel that? I felt it. Is everybody okay? Okay. I don't know if there's ghosts or something. Who knows? We'll talk about some of those running backs with Taylor Lewan, of course. Now, we had now the lights are coming up. What's going on? What is happening? We had the most exciting day of free agency. I love it. It's chaotic. It's crazy. It's kind of like what the studio is this morning. Twists, turns, massive deals across the board. So you want to start with the biggest one of the day, of course, and get into the Kirk Cousins of it all. We'll stay in the NFC North, but we'll bounce to the NFC South, going to Atlanta. A la the forecast from Matt Ryan, 4 years, $180 million. $100 million of that guaranteed. Arthur Blank and company got aggressive. Listen, they're kind of talky, in my opinion. Like, they don't exactly go out and take the huge swing, right? They interview Belichick, they don't grab him, they like flirt around a little bit. They finally do that. They land their quarterback, and I like it for them. Matt Ryan said, you know, a former MVP guy who played down there for 15 years said, yeah, this instantly makes this team, this Falcon squad, the favorites in the South. I like the choice for Cousins, too. Money, great, amazing. Outside of that, though, what a nice situation. Like, if you're him, you're like, Bijan, sure, yeah. Drake London, sounds good. Oh, Kyle Pitts, that's going to be really, really fun to watch. And, you know, Matt Ryan coming on the show was sort of a beautiful foreshadowing of all of this. And while I love Baker, and while I love what these Bucs have done, I have to agree with him, and I think that this is the favorite, and I love the Saints, and we all know that. Carolina just saying bye to dudes, not adding anybody yet, so I don't, you know, there's a lot of question marks with my friends in Carolina. The odds at FanDuel Sportsbook shifted. The Falcons are the favorites at -110. Vikings side of things, everybody, and you guys can tell me how you feel in the old YouTube chat at Up and Adam Show. I'm looking at it right now. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Is Aaron Jones to Vikings the most shocking move? I feel bad for Vikings fans. We're going to have to get into it. Is Kyle Pitts worth drafting in fantasy football? I would say so. He might get overhyped, though. He might be... he might get hyped too much, so we'll have to see how it goes with the mock drafts. Falcons winning the NFC South. Well, you look at the odds, FanDuel Sportsbook thinks so. You guys could download the app and get ahead of it. Panthers, you can now, you know, it's official from March 11th. You can download the FanDuel app and get it in, and maybe somehow you put some love on that if you're a Panthers fan, and it can work out for you. Panthers got to add somebody. I don't know what's going on there, but we're talking about the Vikings right now. And on their side, they're in like a rare cluster of teams, and it's a small little group, where I continue to not understand who you are, other than haplessly lost. What is the vision? It feels like the Vikings are entering this place where, not even entering, they've been in this place where they are trying and striving to be good enough to avoid the basement, but not good enough to contend for anything substantial. They're not like swinging for the fences and reaching for the stars here. They bring in Sam Darnold late last night. I don't hate that. They bring in Aaron Jones early this morning. I don't hate that. And they spent a bunch of money on talented Texans edge rusher Jonathan Grunard. They have Andrew Van Ginkel with a beautiful goodbye to, Miami and what it meant to him yesterday. I saw all of that. I mean, it's going to be hard to get a quarterback to build around for the future unless they trade up from 11 or they convince the Bears to deal Justin Fields, which I guess they could do. Clearly, the Vikings are open for interdivision business. I don't know is Chicago going to take that risk? I don't know. At least where things stand right now, it feels like they're sort of treading water, which is why four-time Super Bowl champion Rob Gronkowski. I was looking at it this morning. Jared Allen, Vikings great. This is why we were all saying, trade Kirk last year. Accelerate what should be your identity right now, which should be a rebuild. You're rebuilding. I remember when they dealt Dalvin Cook, and I said, who are they? What are they doing? Why are they keeping Kirk Cousins? And all of Vikings fans were like, you're an idiot. You don't know. We have a plan. And what was your plan? Winning 7 games? I know. Obviously, there was an injury at the quarterback spot. You had a 1-4 start anyway to start the season. It was not working. And I think the part of it that annoys me the most is the waste of a window for Justin Jefferson, who's entering the last year of his deal. I would think he'd want to feel confident about the quarterback situation. I talked to him about it, about what that would be like. I'm not burying the Vikings by any means, but at some point, you got to want to be known. God, I'm really digging into them. But you got to want to be known as something other than the most tortured fan base, which I think you like somehow too, being that. I don't understand. I don't know if it happens this offseason, but this team is at a major crossroads right now. And Kwesi has quite an opportunity ahead of him. Let's make it positive. Respond, and it's going to make or break this next long chapter of this franchise. So maybe Justin Fields. Nobody would root for a turnaround. I would love it. I'm from Chicago. I would love it if Justin Fields went to the Vikings and crushed it and had Justin Jefferson and it all worked for him. And that would be an amazing story. Maybe make that happen. I have it on interesting birdie authority that other teams are trying to trade up to get quarterbacks that are wheeling and dealing and packaging picks potentially to move up. So where at 11 are you going to get your guy? I don't know. How are you going to get your guy? And other big news, we've got, guys, huge show today. Taylor Lewan coming on the program. Can't wait to talk to him. Of course, we're going to put a prospect on the radar, former Missouri dude. He's getting comps to Aaron Donald, by the way, this Mingo kid. We'll get to all of that. But we also had the news, to go back to the running back spot for a little, the resurgent free agent running back spot. Saquon Barkley headed to Philly on a 3-year deal worth just under $40 million. I mean, this is as big a win as you can get if you're Philly. Not just to land a superstar player, but to steal him away from your division rivals. This is amazing. And block him from going to another division rival, potentially in Dallas, which I'm pretty sure would have loved the services of Barkley. Saquon, I will say it, he's a focal point wherever he goes, if you use him right, and hopefully Sirianni and co do. They can get this offense back on track with Saquon Barkley. Listen, the run game, bread and butter during the Super Bowl season, and it was just so hit or miss last year. He's only 27. I've said this a lot. There's a lot of, we're happy we got rid of him. No gas in the tank, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, phone lines open on sports radio in New York. Like, you're crazy. And he's going to thrive in this offense, Jason Kelce or not, with that offensive line, with what it is. On the Giants side, yesterday had to be an all-timer, an all-time suckfest. I can't imagine, I guess until the Brian Burns news happened. If Saquon went to Houston, or if he went to Baltimore, if he went to Chicago, that's tough, because you have to say bye to somebody that means a lot to your team. But to see the face of this franchise now provide the Eagles ammo, oh my gosh, and it's going to potentially get them to an NFC Championship push when you could have just tagged him, as I suggested last year. It kind of makes it tough to swallow, I think, if you're a Giants fan. The afternoon kept going yesterday, and I was asking fans how they were feeling. If you take the emotion out of it, you could see sort of Joe Shane's vision start to take shape here. I will say that. Saquon's impact is on and off the field. We know what kind of a hole he's going to leave. But the other side of this is that letting him go sort of allows them to fix some other things, right? They're going to get the stucco, the speckle, whatever it is, and they're going to go try to get things done. Because not having to pay Saquon does let the Giants, afford for grabbing Brian Burns, and they don't really give much up for him. So I think they sort of won that side of the trade. They get one of the most electric edge tandems in the league between him and Tibbs. So they were able to add Devin Singletary. I'm not sneezing on that because the risk is low. They got him at a great value. And they got some much-needed offensive line help. So, listen, if the Giants were going to lose Saquon, they needed to come away with something to show for it. I think they did in landing Burns, okay? That is a player. When I was in Carolina, nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to broach the subject because I think that they knew that they were parting ways with a valuable piece. And when you look at it from a football perspective, you value the 25-year-old star pass rusher over a 27-year-old running back, even if it's Saquon. And as much as that hurts me, every single time. Every single time. So the initial reaction was horror, rightfully so. But I'm going to give the Giants front office a B+ here. As far as, well, maybe not a B+. A C+. A B-. A B- sounds right. Somewhere in the middle, because it was an aggressive response. They came away with something, and the defense does have a chance, by the way, to be damn good next year. As for the quarterback spot, we'll see.